I think it's important to be an individual within a relationship. My wife and I have always said that because we started dating when we were in high school, when we were 16 years old. And we have the fortunate scenario where we actually like legitimately grew into adults as individuals, but also as a couple together. And we have always found that we have always communicated in a way of what is important to us as a person, as an individual, of course, along with as a team, as us married. Um, but I really resonate with what you're saying because I, for a long time, even to this day, sometimes I do say I'm doing everything for us and our future kids, future everything. And as much as that is true, I could definitely pick a better career that would make it way more safe, way more secure, and potentially, prosperous. But filmmaking to me is very selfish because I love it so much. I feel free, I feel alive, and I really appreciate what you're saying there because that's something that I maybe never even really considered, is that I might be not lying to myself, but not giving myself or her the full understanding of what it is.
Yeah. At a certain moment, I was like, that was also part of that, I guess, the lying to myself, or you could call it whatever, but like that's what it felt to me like. And
Mm.
and at a certain moment, I was like, okay, I do love the art aspect of it. I do not enjoy fully, at least, working with clients and being as even as a director, you're not the last, I guess.
Especially in the commercial
Yeah,
side of
and the
things.
commercials, you're not the
Yeah.
last one to make the final decision. And typically, you don't get to have your director's cut. Typically, it's all even you don't really get to edit with the editor a lot of the times. And so I was like, okay, I kind of like it, but it doesn't pay enough for me to like go through this. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say a battlefield, but like at times that's what it feels like.
Mm. A battlefield within your sort of like
Y-
identity of who you
yeah,
are.
like your artist
Mm.
persona and
Mm.
sort of like your a problem solver or like a business entity persona. And that would a lot of the times end up in like in an internal clash, which I really didn't like, and I was definitely overthinking it for sure because I like a lot of the other prosperous commercial directors, they never question that. They're just like, yeah, this is a job, whatever. just just gonna do my job, solve problems, get paid, and part ways.
That's it. Hmm.
But for me, it was like,
Which is good for some
yeah,
people.
that
Some
one
people
hundred
it's
percent,
okay
one
with.
hundred
You
percent,
just, again, though, what you're saying, you have to be
yeah,
honest with yourself about what it
yeah,
is.
100%. I completely agree. I guess that all again comes down to like asking the right questions. But
Hmm.
that was the moment when I was like, okay, I think I consider myself artist. I consider myself an artistic person who likes to be doing creative things. However, I also really never admitted that I needed money, or I wanted to actually be able to make better money, good money, large amounts of money. And especially when we had our first kid, I'm saying first like as if we have other, but yeah, like we only have one daughter. But when
Mm.
we had our
I'm sure you
daughter,
maybe you want more than one
well,
child.
hopefully we'll see. We'll see. I'm not rushing the
We'll see.
process. But in 2022, it happened, and that was the weirdest year. That was like the lowest low of my life. Uh, and
Mm.
that was
Interesting.
at a point when I did not
Career wise,
everything
the
wise,
lowest, or just like you as a person?
everything.
Was it fear that you were feeling?
uh, I can tell you what I felt. What 2022 looked like for me, if you if
Yeah.
you care to listen.
Yeah, please. I do.
So that was 2022. January 1st was the day our daughter was born. January 1st was the day when shit really hit the fan in Kazakhstan in terms of the political situation. So there was a coup, or an attempt for a coup, and the new government tried to overthrow the old government that was sort of like an autocracy, I guess. Well, yeah, kind of. It was like a hybrid system where they're kind of like democratic, but also not really, because they're not really in dialogue with the people or whatever. But that's
Mm.
for another conversation. So that happened, and that happened, and it was like very unstable for like 5 days straight. Then that kind of spiraled a whole another conversation with our president and Putin. And in 2020 and 2022, a month later, as you probably know, are aware of, the Ukraine situation happened. So they invaded Ukraine, and a lot of the Russian people started avoiding the military, and they all fled to Kazakhstan, because that was the only sort of neutral country that didn't really like um, we didn't really have a hard stop for Russian passport holders to be coming into our country. And also, we are half, like we're bilingual, so we speak on
Mm.
a typical daily basis both languages equally. So it was a very, I guess, convenient environment for them to flee. So that happened, and then there was a lot of directors who, like, I would say beforehand in Almaty, the city where I'm from, there was maybe at most like 10 directors that were like, continuously booked and working all the time. And I consider myself to be one of those. Or I used to be. And when the war happened, there were maybe 100 more. And so the uh, real estate prices went up like insanely crazy, through the roof. Uh, I had a little bit of struggle with that financially. A lot of the newcomers, the foreign directors, I'm going to call them that, they had struggle with the prices, the real estate prices. They couldn't afford to rent, and so they had to go and drop the prices to the floor. And so the market was completely
Of their rates?
obliterated. Yeah,
Wow.
because
Okay.
these were the types
They
of
needed
directors.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you can't really blame them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the kind of like the black swan type of event that really never happens. You
Mm.
cannot account for that kind of thing, but it happened. And these were the kind of directors who otherwise, if not the war, maybe like a year ago, a year prior to that, they would be commanding twice as much as the local directors to just come travel and shoot in Kazakhstan. And now
Mm.
they were actually begging these brands. And the brands were absolutely happy to take that, because that's like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
this
it's almost
this kind of
free.
director for
Yeah.
like at this kind of discount? Yeah. And so I lost a lot of jobs, like back to back to back to back. And I was not even sure if I can continue this. And I'm very glad in the retrospect, this is like a blessing in disguise, because I was like, wow, I am really, really, really pressed right now. And I don't think I'm going to be able to sustain this any further. So I need to come up with something else. And so the natural, I guess, one of the ways to mitigate that financially was starting a YouTube channel. And I, again, like, I'm very thankful to yourself, to Danny. That was also insane. I was watching the whole entire the making of I Think I'm
Mm.
Sick. That was truly inspirational, because I was like, that was, I would say, a, what do you call it? Like a president? President? No. What do you call that? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Explain it.
Um, an event that has never been done before. Uh, a very unique kind of way to go about making a feature film. I have
Okay,
never,
okay.
I've,
A word. I don't even know if there's a word. I don't know.
sorry. I mean, well, I guess
I'm sure there's a word. I
yeah,
don't know.
people will
Yeah.
understand still. And so to me, it was like, yeah, okay. Some people have done crowdfunding. Some people obviously do traditional route, go traditional
Mm,
route, and but like having an audience built up this organic type of way, and then self-releasing it, self-producing it, that's like self-funding. It's just insane to me. And yeah, that was like, to me, absolutely mind-blowing. It was like literally world-changing.
mm,
And I told my wife, yeah, let me try and make this. Let me try to stick it out for like 6 months. I will try to be consistent. I will try to make videos that kind of like, for my internal kind of a filter, they would be passable. And I started. And the next thing I knew, yeah, I was like, hold on. I missed out on a very important detail there. One of the directors who came from Russia, we made a film together, a short film together, about how we felt about this whole war situation, and the political
mm.
situation.
Like co-directing?
Yeah, no, not really. I was directing. He was a cinematographer. The thing is,
Oh,
though,
okay.
he is not really a director. He was like a filmmaker who used to run a really, really large channel, a Russian-speaking uh, filmmaking related kind of, or video production related, I would say, a channel with 500,000 subs.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, okay. What would you recommend me starting out from scratch? And he was like, do you speak? And I used to have a channel that was a very small, very inconsistent kind of channel in Russian language. And he was like, do you speak English? I'm like, I think so. And he was like, all right, yeah. If I were to start again, I would 100% go English, because like everything is better there. Like the sponsorships are going to be
Mm,
better, the collaborators are going to be better. You're going to just have a lot more doors open to you. And I was like, okay, got it. Thank you, sir. And I started, and he also told me, you know what, just start with the product first and then use the content to just market that.
mm,
And I mean, I maybe spent 3 months just thinking about what kind of product I can offer to the market. And I'm glad that I did a little bit of a test with the Russian channel that I had before, the smaller channel, because I did one video. I did a bunch of videos, but then one video really went relatively viral, I would say. The other videos were only making like 400, 300 views, but that one about treatments, about treatment writing, it got like 10,000 or something. And I was like, okay,
mm.
I guess I have some expertise in this regard, because I've done this for like 8 years, and now I have a little bit of knowledge to distill. So I spent another 2 months just writing that ebook, uploaded it, and started making videos. And the first month to me was absolutely mind blowing to me. That was like 2.5, maybe $3,000, and I was like, damn, it's
Wow.
insane. Okay, I got it. I think there's some potential in there. And that was before the videos went really, really like
Mm-hmm.
large. So then one of the videos that I did about treatments, and another one that I did about uh, one of the commercials, that there was a breakdown. I don't remember at this point, but still, those were crossing 100,000 views. And that was the month, I think it was the second or the third month that I was selling my products. That month I made almost 9 grand just from the store sales alone. And I was like, no, okay, I think I can completely go like full in on this online store situation. And yeah, so that's
Mm,
that's what I did, and I never really regret it, man. It's just,
mm.
it's been so much better, so much more fulfilling, so much more true to myself again.